Three, two, one.
Welcome to Hoops R Us, the best podcast ever.
Hey guys, welcome to Hoops R Us. It's your host Xander. Hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm here with my dad today, and there's so much stuff to talk about. We got two teams battling for first place in the Western Conference Finals. LeBron did a cheap shot to Stewart, and the Ball brothers went at it. So stay tuned for an awesome episode of Hoops R Us. So for the first time in his career, LeBron got suspended. And it was because of a cheap shot he did to Isaiah Stewart.
That was interesting. So
Yeah.
LeBron, for the first time in his 19-year career, was handed a one-game suspension over an elbow that LeBron to this day claims was incidental. What are your thoughts?
He's soft. Of course he's going to apologize and stuff. I mean, I don't... It was such a cheap shot, though, because he was trying to get the rebound, and Isaiah Stewart was in his way. So he just thought, oh, let me just elbow you. And then Isaiah Stewart got mad. His eye was bleeding. It was wild. I saw it.
It was bloody. You know what it reminded me of? And I don't know if it was because they were wearing Detroit Pistons uniforms.
Oh,
but
4?
that felt like the Malice in the Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Isaiah just running around and chasing LeBron and all this stuff.
That was crazy.
That was a little scary. Like, that was wild.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was scary, but we haven't seen it in a while, I felt like. I mean, we haven't seen a fight, I think Isaiah Stewart really wanted to, get him back, really, fight him.
It wasn't even a fight. It was just an over-dramatized moment.
It was like a brawl, kind of, except no one threw,
Except nobody
punches.
fought.
Yeah, no one threw any, punches or anything.
That was strange. I mean, first of all, LeBron definitely meant to elbow him.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't expect that he was going to bleed out and go have all this blood gushing out.
Yeah.
Because immediately after he elbowed him, he went to apologize or whatever, and the dude was not having it. And then once he saw blood, it was over. He wanted to fight everybody.
Yeah, it was crazy, though. I mean, Westbrook wanted... Westbrook got a tech because he just threw his hands up. That was it, though. He didn't even swing at all. He was just in the back. He had his hands up, in fighting position.
Exactly. Well, that's why he gets a tech for posing.
For posing, though, really, I don't know.
It was pretty bad, though. And I know it's kind of old news now, but it's interesting because for the first time in his 19-year career, he got suspended, and I think he got suspended more for just the dramatics. Because all in all, I mean, we see guys get elbowed all the time.
Yeah, but we didn't think it was going to be a gush of blood.
Even with the gushing blood, he wouldn't have been suspended if Isaiah didn't react the way he did. If Isaiah would have just been bleeding on the floor, upset, walked away, he could have left in a wheelchair. I think LeBron would not have been suspended unless the whole incident that happened afterwards would have happened.
That's true. I mean, Stewart did make a dramatic scene, and I think now people are saying that Stewart is gonna get traded now. This is bad news for him. I don't know. I feel like Stewart was just defending himself.
It's insane. And you know what's interesting? So they just played again after that incident. They played again. What was it, on Saturday or something like that?
Yeah. LeBron had 30, I think.
Yeah, so everybody moved on. And
Lakers
again,
were booing Stewart when he was at the free throw line.
I bet, but it goes to show nobody fights in the NBA, and
not anymore.
All those dramatics, they go away real quick,
That's true.
So,
speaking of LeBron, I want to talk about just yesterday. LeBron got COVID.
Yeah, that sucks.
And he did not get the vaccine. That means, right?
Not necessarily.
Is the vaccine working?
I mean, well, hold on. So I believe he does. He definitely has the vaccine. He said he has the vaccine, and I think the entire Lakers roster has the vaccine. But that doesn't mean you can't get COVID. You can still get COVID. It's just not going to hurt you or damage your health as bad as it would as if you didn't have the vaccine.
Oh, I see.
So he can still
Well,
get COVID.
Now my fantasy team, he's out for like 2 weeks. Thank you.
Yeah,
I don't know why I drafted him. He gets injured so much.
Yeah, well, but
Every day's a day today.
when he plays, he's a stats machine.
That's true. Like he always gets like his triple doubles.
Yeah, but I will tell you this much though. Even with him playing, remember that triple overtime game against the Kings?
Mm-hmm.
Triple overtime, and the Lakers
And they still
lost.
lost.
They lost. But on the flip side, LeBron had a monster game against the Pacers.
That's true. And against the Kings, that triple overtime, he had like 3?
Yeah, I don't know. He definitely did his thing. But like on that Pacers game, he brought back the silencer, that celebration.
Yeah, and it was a overtime as well, I think, right?
Yep, that also went to overtime, and I think the Lakers pulled it away. So pretty interesting. LeBron's had an eventful couple of days, to say the least.
Yeah, that's true. So I just criticized your team. Now it's your turn. Go ahead.
Oh boy. So
first, let's start. I'm gonna just start off by saying, before we get crazy, Curry dropped 33 on the Clippers, and we pulled that win 105-90.
Oh, thank you for giving me even more ammo as we get into the marquee matchup between the top 2 teams in the NBA. The Phoenix Suns have won, what is it, like 13, 14, 15?
17 games.
17 in a row.
And that's point? Just tied with their franchise. They've done that before.
So they've won 17 in a row?
Yeah, before. They're tied with their franchise record.
And the Warriors had won like 15 in a row, or whatever it is.
Not really.
Whatever. They had the best record in the league at that point.
Yeah.
So here come the Warriors. Here come the Suns.
Wait, just so you know, we're rematching them. So don't get ahead of yourself.
Eventually, you'll play everybody in the league.
Yeah,
a couple
but
of times.
like our next matchup is already the Suns already, and we're playing them on Christmas.
The fact is, the Suns beat down the Warriors, and to add insult to injury, how did your boy Curry do?
We don't talk about that. We don't really talk about that. I mean, if you really want me to say it, I could go deep right now. So Curry had 12 points only.
In his worst shooting performance of the season.
He was 4 for 21.
Ooh.
Jesus.
It goes to show that even the best shooter in the world sometimes has an off day, and that was it.
Wow.
And he sure picked the right day to have an off day.
Yeah, because this is... Well, why? It's the Suns. You have to win.
Exactly, because it was the main team that everybody was looking up. Now, I will tell you this much. I will give the Warriors credit for beating the Nets, but...
And the Bulls and the Lakers.
There was a lot of hype coming behind this Phoenix game because they're the top 2 teams, and they didn't look good, and your boy Curry did not look good.
It was 99-104.
So what? They lost, and Curry had how many points?
My age points.
12 points. I don't know. But that being said, I still believe that
Curry's going to win MVP, so just saying that.
Okay, you can have that, but I don't think they're a better team than the Suns. Let's talk about that for a second.
So let me state my case. So, one, who's this guy named Klay Thompson? Is he injured or not? Can you tell me that? He's not? Okay, so we don't have our full team yet.
Well, breaking news, he's already now playing in the G League
He's in the G League, though. He's not with us yet.
Yeah, but we got to take a look at him. Has he played yet? Or he's
not
just
yet.
there?
I think he's
just
playing,
practicing, right?
He's just practicing. If he's really going to be there, to like play a game.
He will.
I think on Friday they play.
Yeah, he definitely will play a couple of games. Him and Wiseman are actually playing together.
We're doing a surprise. We're 18-3. That's without our second best player on our team. So technically, we don't have our full roster yet, and we still make it seem like we could have beaten the Suns last night.
I completely agree, and I told you that before. But I think the Suns are a more complete team. You and I were arguing about this. I think what's happening with the Warriors is more of a fluke. It's crazy how, Steph Curry has been playing out of this world. It's almost like you rather them not play so great right off in the beginning and have this crazy streak at the end of the season, because then you could ride that momentum into the playoffs, into a championship, whatever. Sure. But to me, the Warriors are playing out of this world. You've got guys like Jordan Poole that are dropping 15, 20. You got guys like, Wiggins. Wiggins is playing how everybody thought he had the potential to play.
True.
You've got all these role players that are playing kind of out of their minds.
Gary Payton
II, his defense is serious.
Yeah.
By the way.
Oh, who's his last name? What's his last name?
The Glove.
Exactly.
Gary Payton. But you
So
know
that's
what?
the mitten right there.
So he's called the Mitten.
Yeah.
So listen to me, right? So you've got all these guys that are playing how they're not supposed to be playing. Then on the flip side, this is why I think the Suns are the real deal. I think the Warriors are gonna, come back down to reality at some point, and then they're gonna suddenly go like 500, where they say win 8 games, lose 8 games. I think the fact that they are off to such a great start is gonna help them a lot, especially as Clay kind of gets ready and acclimated again. But
Do you think Clay is going to be, Clay?
I don't know. That's what's interesting. I think Clay was about to hit his peak of his prime right when he got injured, because
Again, right when he got
Clay's a
injured.
shooter. He doesn't exactly have great one-on-one moves. He's just a great shooter. So I don't know what Clay they're gonna get, to be honest with you.
I mean, same mechanics, same shooting mechanics. What could go wrong if you think about it? Because he's not a driver like, let's say, like Derrick Rose was or Kobe Bryant was. So I don't think it will ruin his career. I mean, look
No,
at
and
KD.
listen, he's a shooter. At the end of the day, he's a shooter.
He's
you
a
know?
true shooter, though. Like,
But
he can't.
but
he
even
doesn't-
somebody like KD, who's much bigger than Klay
and
Thompson.
KD can drive in sometimes.
Exactly. KD's got dribble and he can drive in. It's like Klay Thompson is such a great jump shooter. He just shoots that jumper. But again, it goes back to my original point. On the flip side, I feel that the Phoenix Suns are the real deal. I think they are playing to their potential. They are playing how they will normally play
Yeah.
at the end of the year. They were in the finals last year.
Doesn't mean that they normally play like this last year.
They
But-
made it to the finals.
All right. Well, one, the Suns didn't win the finals. Two, we said that the Suns would play teams that were not fully healthy. Like the Lakers had LeBron injured the last couple of games. Who else they played? The Clippers, who did not have Kawhi.
Listen, they've played 20 teams that they've beaten.
What do
Or
you mean
whatever.
20?
They're 18. What is it? 18-2.
Yeah, true.
So they
But-
played 20 games and they've beaten 18 of them. No matter how you draw it up, the fact is, I feel like they haven't missed a beat from the championship. It feels like they were doing this on the low, and suddenly, boom, they're the best team in basketball right now.
I mean,
So
I
they
think
got
what's
better.
crazy was, remember, you have less rest time in the off season if you make like the finals and stuff. And the Bucks are off to a slow start, so they're proving that clearly. And
Yeah,
I
but
think that's
I
how
think the Suns
like,
are hungry, especially
yeah, the
Chris
Suns
Paul.
are like going crazy.
Yeah, the Suns are hungry for that championship because they were so close. They had the advantage over.
And they played the
Freak.
Nuggets without Jamal Murray. See, the Suns did not play healthy teams.
Listen, I'm with you, but at the end of the day, it's just like the Warriors. Getting off to a hot start is going to really, really help you come playoff time because
Well, here's the thing with us. We have beaten teams that are really good. Suns are already one of those teams that are really good, and if we beat them, well, that's another, check on our list, right? So the Suns, they're that good enough to beat teams like the Nets. They're that good enough to beat teams like the Lakers are not that good anymore. Like
not yet.
not yet. Ha. Well, ask LeBron to get healthy again. But the Suns and like
I
they're-
think the Suns are the real deal. I think they're the more complete team.
like they're that good enough to beat the Nets, and it won't be a surprise to people.
I just don't think it's realistic for somebody like Steph Curry to drop 40 every single night. I mean, we just
That's
saw.
hard to do.
That's what I'm saying.
Back
so,
in-
so I don't understand how the Warriors are so good already. I think Curry just played so out of his mind.
Also, there's times where Curry has had 12 points this season. We still have one because either Jordan Poole had 30 or Wiggins had 30 or Wiggins had 26 and Jordan Poole had 30. It's scary what we have though. It's scary.
You guys have a great core, and like I said, when Clay comes back and when Wiseman comes back, it's just going to add more depth. So can't go wrong. I think it's going to be a very interesting next couple of weeks as the Warriors get a little more healthy.
Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about, just a quick one. DeMarcus Cousins went to the Bucks.
Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins has been chasing a ring for how long now? Like he just literally does
He
these
went to the
1-year
Warriors.
deals.
He went to the Lakers. Now he just went to the Bucks.
He's all over the place. I feel bad for him because I don't think he's trying to admit the fact that his body's just not letting him continue to play basketball.
You think he should retire, right?
I mean, listen, no, I'm all for continue to fight and try to realize your dream and whatnot, but I don't even know how he makes these rosters.
Exactly. So that was a quick one. That's not really big, but I had to talk about it. So let's talk about the Ball brothers. Lonzo beat
Told you so.
LaMelo, right? LaMelo was so mad at the refs. I think he said one day after I'm finished playing ball, I'm gonna be one of the refs and make good calls.
Show you guys how to do it.
Yeah.
So, first of all, let's get this out of the way. The little brother is better than the big brother.
Duh. The little brother had a better game that day as well. Dude,
Yeah.
hear this. LaMelo had 18 points, I think like 13 assists or something, and 7 rebounds. Lonzo had 16 points, 8 assists, less rebounds.
Listen, but at the end of the day, his team won.
Exactly.
You know,
I
and
think-
he's got way more weapons too.
Exactly.
You know,
he has
but-
DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic.
But I will say this much, man. The Ball brother matchup was really fun. That was cool.
Yeah, I mean, two brothers, I think, are the only brothers right now. I mean, Stephen.
How about the holidays?
Well, hold on, wait. Stephen Curry's brother is actually gonna be like really good soon, but I think these are the only two. These are like the two brothers, like the best duo of brothers. Like
Nah.
the holidays, Drew Holiday's only the good one.
Listen, I give it to the Currys. Steph Curry is so good.
So you think Stephen Curry and Seth Curry are better than Lonzo Ball and LaMelo Ball?
Yes. Just because Curry's so much better
That's
than
only
both of them.
one person.
Hold on. And then Seth is probably just as good, if not better than Lonzo.
No, I think I like Lonzo more than
You
Seth.
like him, but it's not crazy to think that Steph Curry's like leading the league in like 3-point percentage or something.
That's just 3-pointers though.
Yeah, but Lonzo is
Lonzo is
probably
a good
gets more stats.
playmaker.
I don't know. I think just because of Curry, I would say Curry over that combination that you mentioned.
But which one is more fun?
I mean, well, there you go. That's a different story.
Oh, I know, but which one's more fun?
Steph Curry's more fun.
Well, yeah, but you know, like facing each other, because Seth Curry, you know, doesn't always produce.
They did play each other, actually, the Curry brothers, and they went at it. They went at it. Seth had a pretty good game.
I mean, yeah, Seth Curry almost had more points than Stephen.
Almost, and I think Steph looked at the box score and was like, "Nah."
No, he didn't. Apparently, he said, "Oh, I didn't see how much points he had. I didn't even know what were the stakes when I shot that 3-pointer at the last minute." Do you believe him?
Nope. I think that's Big Brother saying, "Hold up, little brother. You're not gonna take my shine."
Exactly.
But that
was pretty fun.
Yeah, definitely fun. That's pretty cool to see that stuff.
Yeah. So I just got.
Hold on, before you move on. So you know what's funny? His father, who obviously everybody knows,
Dell?
LeVar Ball.
Oh, LeVar.
No, I'm talking about the Ball brothers.
Mm-hmm.
He wore that hat that said, "I told you so." So he had told everybody that he's got two super. Well, technically, he used to say he had 3 NBA
But
superstars.
LiAngelo never lived up to it.
Right, but he definitely has 2 pretty darn good players, and I think LiAngelo's playing overseas. So it's interesting how
LiAngelo almost made the NBA twice.
he's been put on preseason rosters, but I think it's
Yeah.
more of as a favor to his brothers and to the family, you know.
That's true. So, you know Jonas Valanciunas,
Yes.
Pelicans?
Yeah.
He had 29 points at halftime when these games.
How did
He ended it with 39 only.
What's that about? 10 more points? Like, come on.
Okay, well, one, I'm pretty sure he was benched at the
They're
third
probably
quarter.
blowing them out.
Yeah, and then in the fourth quarter is like light work. And 39 points is still pretty good, though.
That's absolutely great. Yeah.
Like, that was like crazy. He's on my fantasy team, so that's a really good.
Of course, you would know what
yeah,
he did.
that's a really good draft pick right there. I mean, wow, that was crazy. I mean, no one realizes it because who pays attention to the Pelicans?
Not until Zion comes back.
Exactly.
When is he coming back?
I have him in fantasy too.
Oh, gosh.
But he's coming back on like,
Maybe you're jinxing these people.
how though? I mean, only Klay Thompson and Zion are on my injury list. I think right now.
Only 2 superstars.
That's true. But Zion is coming back on like, I don't know. I don't even. They're always saying he's like, quite like they don't have a timeline yet for his debut.
Okay.
Another thing, Kemba Walker's not on the starting rotation.
So he's coming off the bench now?
No, like he's not even on the bench. He is officially like, he's not off the team, but he's not on the rotation at all.
Really?
He's playing 0 minutes. It's crazy, right?
You sure he didn't play yesterday against the
No,
Brooklyn Nets?
he wasn't on the bench or in the starting lineup, and he was healthy.
What's going on there?
Kemba has been doing bad.
Well, that I know. And Rose is like found the fountain of youth again, which is
Or-
crazy.
And you know what's funny? They were playing against the Brooklyn Nets when they made that decision to put Kemba like not even on the bench. So the Knicks only lost by 2 points. That was without Kemba and with Derrick Rose and Julius Randle and RJ Barrett.
You know what's interesting? So then it's supposedly the Knicks are shopping Kemba Walker. Supposedly.
The who?
The Knicks are willing to trade Kemba Walker, I think.
For who, though?
I mean, I guess they're putting him on the trade block. So I wonder what happened. It looks like something actually happened.
Argument or something?
I don't know.
Team
I don't know.
lack of chemistry?
Let me see here. Kemba Walker, confident. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, he's been benched, and I don't think he understands it. I don't think he understands like why he's being benched. But I mean, listen, if it's him or Rose is just playing better, man. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and I thought Kemba was gonna be like good in the Knicks, like he was in like the Hornets days, but I don't think he's up to that anymore because of the Celtics. Like the Celtics, he was used to like not scoring as much as he had to. He was just passing a lot and stuff to like Jason Tatum, and now I don't think he's like that superstar level anymore.
I hear you. I mean, that's tough. That's tough for an athlete to go through that, but he's definitely not having a good time in New York, and I thought he was going to be a big decision maker for the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
So something else that I wanted to bring up is obviously we put this podcast together. It's you came up with the concept, you came up with kind of the ideas of how to do this podcast, how to do it right for a youth audience per se. And something very interesting that I think we should start getting into is youth basketball. And you've been very busy, so you've had your share of. Sander had his first tryout for an AAU basketball team. I want to say like a week or two ago. He's going through tryouts with his school basketball team. So you haven't played organized basketball in over 2 years, but this is your first time kind of dealing with the whole middle school basketball tryouts and AAU basketball. How do you feel about it?
Well, I feel like once again it's been 2 years, so I'm not sure how I would do yet, like in the games and stuff. But I'm pretty excited because I'm gonna have my first game of AAU this week, I want to say. And for my school team, I made the first cut. Today's the second cut actually, so I have to see if I'll make that as well. But yeah, it's been going great. I've been playing so much basketball lately. I feel like I've gotten back into it now. Like, just the fast-paced game and stuff. Playing a lot. And yeah, I'm very excited to play basketball again.
It's an interesting world, this whole AAU world. So, yeah. Sanders done travel baseball, and he was just in his school football team. But the whole AAU circuit is very different than when I was growing up. I remember like I was in an after school program or something, and we had a basketball team, and that was our quote unquote travel team. No idea if they were called AAU, but the AAU world, it definitely seems different, right?
A lot more ball hogs. I think less aggressive, probably.
Less or more aggressive?
Less, because wasn't like back in like your days it was more aggressive?
No, I would say that they definitely ball hog more now.
That's not being aggressive. Aggressive, I mean like, playing hard defense.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Here and there fouling. I think it's less aggressive than now. What do you think?
I would probably agree. Definitely a little more tougher on the basketball
I mean, I'm
side.
just assuming that too, because let's face it,
It's
the
it's like
NBA as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Crazy.
But to your point, though, the ball hog piece is definitely accurate. I see. I think the whole AAU environment is very, kids are trying to kind of put on a show. Although we're in a really good organization. I mean, we'll see how it goes. We'll obviously share some feedback. But we're excited for it. I think it's going to be fun to kind of get into this whole AAU world and share some of those experiences with your audience, especially with any kids out there that are looking to kind of explore and experiment with travel basketball or AAU basketball, whatever we call it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, and then of course, as Sander mentioned, he's going through his next round of cuts for the middle school team. So wishing him the best of luck there. And it's interesting how we're getting back into indoor sports with regards to this pandemic. To your point, last time you played was maybe 2 years ago. that you played organized basketball, and then COVID kind of shut that down. So
Yeah.
a lot of pent up energy there.
I still have to wear a mask. Like when I'm doing these right now, like the school's teams tryout, you wear a mask. So it's pretty exhausting with the mask on, especially if you're like breathing when you're like running and stuff.
So wow! So you guys are wearing masks indoors while you're doing all these running drills?
Yeah, we have to.
Do you feel like you're getting enough oxygen though?
Well, like they allow you to like put it down like for your nose and stuff, and a little bit of your like lip. Pretty much your mask down most of the time though.
Got it. I mean, I think basketball is a tough sport to play with a mask on.
Well, wait, in my AAU team, I might have to play with a mask in the games.
I'm not sure yet.
I hope it's just on the bench like baseball.
Well, baseball, you guys are able to separate more. You're not. Nobody's playing all up on you. You know?
That's true.
So it's. I don't know. This is a whole new world with this pandemic. This is a whole new world with AAU for you as a participant, for me as a parent. It's going to be interesting to see kind of the style of basketball that's played in these environments, because it's only so much that we're able to see through our own team, but we're going to go up against really tough competition in Westchester, New York. And, I'm curious to see how these other teams fare and how advanced some of these kids are that have been playing basketball their whole lives.
So, once again, though, I'm very excited for this, and let's see what happens, right?
That's it. Let's see what happens. All right, so in breaking news, we also got the update regarding the Bulls and the Heat with this whole drama about tampering, or basically the league came down with this investigation that the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat reached out to Lonzo Ball and to Kyle Lowry a little too early, reached out to their representatives. So, long story short, they basically both lose a second-round draft pick in next year's draft.
That's it?
Pretty much. And like a $10 million fine for each of them and stuff. So, honestly, that's like a little slap on the wrist. Not a big deal. I don't know why they made it such a dramatic thing, but not a big deal at all. So, all right, Sandra, take us home.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. The Warriors and the Suns rematch December 3rd. So can't wait for the Warriors to get that rematch again so that they can be the first place. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode of Hoops R Us.
Hey, buddy. Good luck. And regarding the trials for your middle school, leave it all on the floor. It's all that matters. All that counts. I know you always play with your heart. So whatever happens, happens.
All right. Thanks, Dad. Peace, guys.
Later.